Welcome, people. How you doing? This is Loud and Proud Orlando. It's February the 7th, 8:42 p.m. Uh, Terribly sorry for being late a couple minutes. We were having issues with our PCs, and well, you probably imagine what is Lewis talking here by himself, rambling by himself. Where's Dave? Where's David? Well, he's running an errand. He's actually meeting with some people that we all know. Uh, he's gonna come in probably in a little bit, join a little bit later, talking about some important stuff about the club. So stay tuned. I'm a one-man band today. Leave your comments, but we're gonna bring you in. So if you want to come in into the show and you want to chat, even if it's just audio, feel free. I'll answer all your questions. It's been an eventful week for Orlando City. Two preseason games, two losses. Completely honest with that. The first one under two very competitive teams. Pareja try to find different lineups. On the second game, I love the fact that there was a lot of youth present. Williams was spot on. For what I've been told, he's one of the players that definitely will shine in a purple jersey. So we have to keep an eye on him, and that is the great work of the Academy of Orlando City. So kudos to everyone involved with that. Um, let's begin by addressing also for Facundo Torres. Right, he's already here in Orlando. He's ready to go, and he's already trained today. So he has his first training with his teammates. He looks phenomenal, and well, we're very happy to have him. And the news broke here, so I just want to bring that up as well. Let's go ahead and just go and I have also a potential lineup for the game in Colorado against Colorado, which I'll be present there, the press box. We'll give you the definitely the insight. We'll have a preview, a post game as well, and Well, first and foremost, before we start, I want to thank everybody that's online. Loud and Proud Orlando, we're available on YouTube. You just click the notification link right there, so you see all notifications. Facebook, Twitter as LPL Podcast, Facebook as Loud and Proud Orlando, and well, we're growing, right? We're growing thanks to all of you. Make sure you leave your comments. We'll read all your comments today. If you want to be part of the show, feel free. I'll send you the link so you can join today. So that's what we're going to be doing until obviously Dave is coming back. Another person that joined in today and came from far away was Pedro Alessia, right? And I'm going to put this picture right here because this is exactly who he is, in my opinion. I mean, just look at that, right? Um, came in today. He had, he was just, training with his teammates. He looks in phenomenal shape, and I think he's ready to probably start against Colorado. So just keep an eye on that. Let's check out some comments here. Let's see here. Victor Sanchez, it says, "Good evening. How are you, Victor?" Brett Carl, hello everyone. How you doing? Victor Sanchez, hello. Jim D, a gang of one. We've done great in past preseasons, and our actual season has been dismal. Maybe a poor preseason is a good omen. That is completely true. Let's go ahead and just kind of take a look at and dive into the preseason games. I'm going to start with the um, with the FC Dallas one, and the reason why is because I love the fact that a lot of youth was played. Then we'll talk about the Minnesota one and what I liked about it. Um, what I liked, the first thing I liked, and you can leave me your comments if you don't agree. Um, first, first and foremost, this guy right here that you see in the picture, and thank you so much for Orlando City Communications or Mark Thor for the footage, for the pictures. Cesar Araujo started in both games. I think that's phenomenal. I think that's going to be perfect for him to start getting used to it. Joey the Zard had minutes as well, and Williams had minutes on the Dallas game. So let's see. I think Dave is here. Dave, what's up, man?
Yes, brother. So sorry to our fans, our audience. I am leaving the stadium. As a matter of fact, I'm in the parking lot right now. Um, Season ticket members had a meeting with Jared Dillon, who is who's the president of club operations, and he is the person that listening to our feedback has opened up the preseason games. And so he's now holding focus groups. He has asked us to keep what was said in the agenda private, and I'm going to respect that, obviously. But I can tell you that there was a group of about 30 season ticket holders who um, pretty much we gave him the history of the club. Obviously he's coming from hockey, and just the history of the club and what we want, what we like. So there's a lot of good things coming, and just like he said, it's not gonna happen on the 27th. It's gonna take time, but the club is working on it. And he also, was very impressed with not only our supporter groups but fans at large, our dedication to the club. And don't worry, guys. Once I get to the house, you're gonna be able to see me, and my quality will
No,
improve.
no, it's good. It's good. No, it's actually great, man. It's actually great. Good to have you. Thank you so much for doing that for us. Obviously, one man band. Sometimes I can't do it by myself. So thank you so much. I'm talking about right now the Dallas game. No, so much the Minnesota game. We're gonna talk about that later. But the why the Dallas game, and I'm gonna say something that and maybe Dave can agree. The MLS has been known, and especially in parts of South America. And look, and I know this because I hear from every single colleague from down south. I mean, and I'm completely truthful and honest. They call it the retirement league. Now they're saying that DC United is going to get Tevez after failing in China, after a lackluster ending with Boca Juniors. He's going to be probably a DC United player, and that's the reason why, unfortunately, some parts of the world call that the MLS the retirement league. But what we really don't see and what's really exciting about the league is what happened with this FC Dallas match against Orlando City. I mean, you're talking about FC Dallas is one of the best academies in the United States. Weston McKennie, Ricardo Pepi, Kelly Acosta, and there were two men that not necessarily build the whole thing, but they were integral part of building that academy, and that was Luis Musi and Oscar Pareja, and now we have those guys in Orlando City, and obviously it was great to see, uh, in my opinion, a youth movement on that particular game. We saw Thomas Williams, you know, and I think he played for what I've been told, he played a superb game. You know, he played around 85 minutes. He pretty much was the whole game. He played against Rodrigo Schlegel. So we're trying out different pieces that are going to give us, different connections between center backs that are going to give us solid defense, not just with Antonio Carlos and Jensen, but also now with Williams and Schlegel. I personally think that is that's great. We've seen also shining of Jack Lynn. We've seen also Alex Freeman replacing Ruan. So there's another option right there on the wing. You had also Wilfredo Rivera coming in as a six for Sebas Mendez. So, to me, that speaks volumes. And it's kind of like, and I don't know, people can write it in the comments, and then I'll pass it to Dave and see what he thinks. To me, that is such a bright, it's like having a huge, like, stadium light in your path, man. Like you're gonna see clear as day. There's such a bright future, and it's something to get excited about. What do you think, Dave?
No, absolutely. A lot of people give a lot of praise to the Dallas Academy, but again, who was part of uh, that group that groomed, that built that academy? Oscar Pareja, Luis Musi, and we have them here. And if you guys remember, one of the first things that was asked to Luis, obviously he got here before Oscar, what his intentions were, and he basically said, "I want to recreate what we had in Dallas. It has proven to be successful. Everybody sees it that way, and like you said, I was super excited at the fact that one of the scorers in the Minnesota game was an OCB guy. I was excited to see that our draftees have been given praise. Youth is what we need, and about Williams, I'm super happy to hear that. I think he has a fantastic story. This is a kid that has worked his way up from the very bottom of the academy. A local kid, Titusville, Florida.
Yeah.
Somebody that we have groomed and that I see a bright future for. And these things just don't happen, guys. These things you have to work at identifying talent for the academy, fostering that talent, and then finding a spot, a place for them in the first team. And I think that as you can see with Facundo Torres, who 12 years ago was just a 10-year-old kid in the Peñarol Academy. Look at him now. You know what I mean? That talent was fostered in an organization that believes that winning it has to be an everyday thing. And here in Orlando, we also have to do that. To go back, Luis, on a little bit on the meeting that I just ran out from. um, Basically, we were teaching somebody who's new to our organization what things used to be. And the beautiful thing about the meeting was that we did it in the shadow of all those trophies. And yes, the Orlando City Invitational Trophy was there too. All those trophies that we won back when this team cared. And to hear people almost in tears talking about the good old days and the winning and how they felt like a family and how they felt that the team listened to them, to me was a wonderful thing because our fan base, the guys that have been there from the beginning, from in through the hard years, They still believe, Luis. And I believe that
Oh,
we
I
have in
believe.
place the tools to once again recapture what made this city fall in love with Orlando City again. And I hope that what I just said can make it back to the team, because I feel that Jared left with an impression that that this is just more than just throwing 11 men against 11 men on game day. This is much more than that. It's a machinery that has to create talent. There's a machinery that has to keep people excited, and our academy is that, exactly that. And there's great things coming. Our U17s this past weekend tied a game coming from down 2-0. They show grit, they show determination. And while everybody likes to talk about, oh, my team beat these other teams 7-0, okay, that's great. But also, we have to be a team that can come back from adversity. And unfortunately, this past few years, we haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, focus on the Dallas game personally. The good thing was seeing the youth, and how they can play at a high level against one of the best academies in the MLS, and a team that's probably going to give a hard fought battle for the West. And but also the bad part about it, and it was this gentleman right here. I think he just arrived. He just arrived, right? And he just arrived, and it is Dallas, just like Jamie said. Jamie Whitmore. The Dallas match was physical, but the refs allowed. That was 100% accurate. I wasn't too worried about the results. I like how Williams played with Schlegel. Kara was limited prior to his injury. Yeah, and I want to give thanks to Mike Ramajo. He's probably watching right now, and he break down the news for what was going on with Kara, right? And he's being treated with an ankle sprain, and he's just listed a day to day. He was not in the training session today, according to Mike. He will be. It's a day to day. They're not going to force him, but one thing that we saw, and a lot of people saw in the first, and we're going to talk about Minnesota in just a second. It was after 30 seconds, 30 seconds of Orlando City pretty much being on the pitch. Kara beats his man down just with physicality, and then just kind of assists Michelle to put the 1-0 Orlando. You know, um, you don't see, so you're gonna definitely see the impact of a player like Kara that he's gonna do. It's probably the best comparative with DK that we've gotten. Physical, powerful player. He's a little bit taller than him for sure, but he's definitely gonna score some goals. Unfortunately, he takes his career serious, and he wants to win every game, just even if it's preseason or it's just an exhibition game, or if it's the MLS playoffs, or if it's the MLS regular season. He wants to play every single game. That's a professional to me. So unfortunately, when you play with a high level of intensity, and then you have a ref also that allows some dirty plays, just like Jamie said, it's bound to happen. And so when he goes, and he's not afraid of being physical, somebody can go and be physical right behind you, and then you get injured. And unfortunately, that's what happened with Kara. I wish him a rapid recovery, and he should be back with us very shortly. Well, what do you think, David, about Erkin Kara and what he did in Minnesota?
Oh, well, absolutely, man. I was very impressed by the reports of his gameplay, his physicality, his touch, his technique, his awareness, his field awareness. This is key when you're talking about a true natural number nine, a guy that knows where he is and when to get the ball, when to ask for the ball. Unfortunately, in the past few years, not a knock at DK, because I think DK is a fantastic player.
Oh, yeah.
But also DK is a player that it's just learning the pro game. Kara comes to us with 10 years experience as a professional, and it shows. To be honest with you, on on the video that I've seen that people have shared, and the reporters that were there, he shows a dynamic attitude to the game. He has taken to his teammates in a very short time. The injury, unfortunate, but we have, if you're gonna play, there's always a chance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, injuries happen in friendlies and things like that happen. The good thing is, I was told that he was walking on his own power when he went to uh the game, the Magic game last night. He was there. He was walking on under his own power, not aided by anything. Um, and that, he's day to day. I know a lot of people, because of our history of saying, "Oh, he's just day to day," and then 6 months later we find out the guy had surgery, right? Um, I know that a lot of people are skeptic about that, but it's truly, I believe my belief is that he will be ready for opening day. That he's gonna be a starter depends on what the staff feels of his ability to, train with the prospective starters for game day. But again, this guy's worth every penny. We finally went and got a guy that wasn't shrouded on nostalgia, or a guy that did well somewhere else, or a guy that was awesome 10 years ago. This is a guy at his peak, and he's ours.
Yeah, definitely. And just to kind of go into and we're going to do the lineup, our potential lineup that we would like to see against Colorado. A game that I'm definitely going to be there, for sure. Covering. I'm going to say hi to everybody on communications, being so nice and great always. And let's talk about Minnesota real quick. And what I really like, and I know this is an old picture, but I love that jersey, that white one with the stripes on the side. Um, Look, I love the power of the comeback, right, of Orlando City. You know, and it was two teams that definitely wanted to win because they shared one coach at some point, which is Ainchi, right? So they both wanted to win, very competitive teams. What I liked about this is, honestly, you guys are gonna laugh, but we score goals off corner kicks, man. When's the last time Orlando City scored off a corner kick? Like, and not only that, it was academy pro. It was just our rookies, man. They scored both of corner kicks. So I think that's another weapon. I mean, just having the ability of scoring of set pieces. I love the fact that was, I take that as a win, because that's what preseason games are for. You want to make sure that you test your depth, and I think Orlando City did that. Unfortunately, they lost 5-4, but they got close. It was not like 5-0, or if it was 6-1. It was 5-4. And again, I stay with Erkankara. Bringing a player for that much, from a league that is a very competitive league. You know, Properly scouted, 14 goals, 7 assists in 2021. There you go. He immediately starting, um, you know, finding out connections with the people up front. That he was sidelining before that game. I was told, with Pato, and he was just kind of, him and Pato and Vanderwater are pretty much very good friends now, and they're kind of connecting. And I think that's also very positive for Vanderwater, because the more connections he finds with other players, I think this was going to be phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think about that game? It was 5-4, two goals from set pieces, and we play against a tough team. Minnesota's always been tough for Orlando City.
No, absolutely. And, Inchi is Inchi. Let's face it. I think, a lot of people think that because Inchi had issues in Orlando, that those issues remain. And that's not true. If everybody remembers, in Minnesota, they actually gave him some money to spend. He had the opportunity to sign some players, and because of that reason, Inchi has gotten the best out of us. It wasn't until MLS is back that Orlando City was able to defeat Inchi in gameplay. Before that, he beat us in Minnesota. He beat us at home.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and
I was
part.
upset.
Oh my God, it was a complete beatdown.
I was
And
like, I'm talking trash about this guy, and
yeah,
he beats me in my face. Hey, no,
no,
this,
no kidding.
this is the time when I was a fan. I did honestly. I mean, I lived not the successful years of Orlando City, guys. I lived the years of the guy who's playing now in Peru, Garcia. No, Pires. I forgot his name. Um, Gonzalez Pires. No, it was. I forgot his name. Um, but he used to play with Yotun at some point. He played with Yotun a couple times. Adrian Winter and freaking Dom Dwyer at some point. you
Hmm.
know, and
Hey,
Kaka.
Luis, I just
And
got home.
yeah, yeah.
I
Go
just
ahead.
got home. Let me fire up the computer. I'm gonna log off for 2 minutes,
Yeah,
and I'll be
sure,
back.
sure,
Okay.
sure, definitely. I'll start talking to the team. Let's read some comments in the meantime, while he comes back, people, thank you so much. We're 14 people live right now. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for your support. Again, subscribe. 16 people now. Thank you so much. Leave your thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, the algorithm of YouTube will recommend us to more people. So just leave your thumbs up. That's going to help us out tremendously. So let's read some comments. Iris, hello. How you doing, Iris? Nice to meet you. Carlos Peralta, so great to buy the Uruguayan Facundo. This kid is gold. Yep, that is completely right. We're going to talk about him right now. Joshua Tall, oh great. Carlos Peralta from Canada, new fan of Orlando, the Uruguayan CRO. Great. Victor Sanchez, can't wait to see Cesar and Facu play together. Right, and that's what Oscar and his staff are doing. They're building connections. And they're building connections today at practice with Facundo Torres and Cesar Araujo. I don't see more Facundo Torres. You know, I see Cesar Araujo because of the league that he played, having some assists. But I would like to see him link more with Mauricio Pereira because he's going to be our 10. So, and we'll talk about that. Joshua Toll, you think Torres will be a sub next preseason game? More than likely. I would like to see him start. Let's put a picture of Facundo Torres. I would like to see him start, honestly. I think it will be phenomenal to see him start. I think we I think the fans would like to see that. Personally, I would love to see that too. Um, so, Matthew, I am very relieved to hear about the news of just day-to-day injury. When he was limping, I got worried. Very true. It says here, Joshua Tall, uh, Jamie Whittemore, Torres started practicing today. Yeah, that's right. That's right. David Gray, yes, any day now, honestly. Yeah, true. Yeah, he's Antonio Carlos. He's coming. He's definitely coming. He's been in top shape. If you guys are following social media, he's in top shape, and he did a special workout in Brazil. To a strength workout. Core strength. So he's gonna be a tough cookie to beat, in my opinion. So that's why it's gonna be building connections. He already has a connection with Ruan. He already has a connection with Pedro. He already has a connection with Robin Jansen, and now you're gonna see connections between Williams and Schlegel, which I think it's great. How you doing, my friend? Good to
All
see you.
right, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Perfect.
Okay, fantastic. My apologies again for everybody. If like I said at the beginning, I was at the event at the stadium, and so I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Jim D says last corner score Seth Hines. That's right.
Oof,
I just got my. I'm gonna buy a new laptop soon, and I just got my Orlando Pride sticker right here. To represent. It's gonna be a good season for them. I predict it right now. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble, but I think they're gonna speak. They're gonna. You're gonna start writing down some names from those players. They have really great stats, but that's another question. It says here, Iris, do we have a scrimmage scheduled for tomorrow?
no, the team is at IMG.
Yeah.
They're gonna be there until Thursday. They're gonna be coming back Thursday night. Friday, we're obviously gonna have the open game against Colorado. Thursday, Pints with Pareja. Please show up. If I have a few tickets I can give to those that don't have. Just DM me on Twitter, please, if you are interested. I got two that I can give away. And The other thing is, Jared asked us to encourage people to show up to the event on Thursday. It's going to be an opportunity to talk to Oscar about everything that's going on. So yes, that's basically the plan for the week. After the game on Friday, there's going to be a scrimmage at 2 o'clock during the week. I believe it's on Wednesday, and you correct me, Luis. And I'm seeing the comment right now. Tienes que aprender inglés.
No, 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 pero yo le puedo hablar.
Sí.
Bueno, a toda la gente de Uruguay, ¿no? Quiero mandarle un saludo a todo
Sí, un
everybody from
saludo,
Uruguay. Suscríbanse al Loud and Proud Orlando. Los dos hablamos español.
Exacto.
Y nosotros yo soy hincha de Facundo también. Así que suscríbanse. Tenemos información de Facundo Torres, de todos los jugadores ahí de Orlando que hablan español. Ya muy pronto tendremos entrevistas con ellos, ya dependiendo de lo que diga Orlando City y el Departamento de Comunicaciones, pero todas las conversaciones van en viento en popa. So what I'm saying is, at some point, as we grow as a channel, we're going to have the one-on-ones that people are asking, right, with the players, right? We're going to have Facundo here more than likely. We would like to have, Tesho. We would like to have Benji, and that's what we're going to be doing, right? So that's where we want to give the people the best coverage
for sure.
of the team that we truly love and support.
Sí.
And the city, mainly for me, is the city, right? I'm a UCF grad. I grew up in Orlando all my life, so así que a toda la gente también en Uruguay un saludo. Tenemos a uno de los mejores jugadores de Sudamérica de todas maneras.
Sí, y nada. Y quería añadir, Luis, Tiro de Esquina es el podcast en español, así que cualquier cosa, pues allá estamos a la orden.
Say, Joshua Tall, thumbs up. It says, David, great. They go to IMG to bond in a road-like environment. Yeah, that's what I was told too. I don't know if Dave wants to comment too on that, but first and foremost, I think that's phenomenal. Like bonding trips like that, especially with brand new players that are trying to assimilate to the culture, you're gonna make them bond even more, especially the culture is similar. Exactly.
No, Luis, anybody that has been to like the Boy Scouts, the military,
right,
a church lock-in, those type of situations, camping, they know that when you're put in a situation like that, there's true bonding, and that's what they're trying to do. I found out this morning because Facundo's dad told me about it. This is way before the pictures surfaced later on in the afternoon, so that's how I sort of got into the understanding, and he was telling me that was fantastic. They don't do that in Uruguay, by the way. So they Facundo right now. Let me tell you something about Facundo. Facundo's super excited to be here. Not only him, but Cesar Araujo. Those guys are on cloud nine. I'm telling you right now from the horse's mouth. Those guys are on cloud nine right now.
I was told the same,
because they are not only, first of all, the stadium, they found it pristine, beautiful, just nothing that they are used to. The facilities, nothing like they are used to. And the other thing about it is they were impressed by the media, the how this photo shoot, by the way. Gustavo Santorini, who's Facundo's agent. I had the pleasure of meeting him at the airport on Thursday. He did an interview with Uruguayan radio, and the guy couldn't shut up about how the stadium looked, how the media, everything is exactly beyond what they were expecting. And if you guys have seen Facundo on the pitch right now, the guy is worth every penny that we paid for him. So expect, to be honest with you, Luis, I expect this guy to go off on Friday.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and that's the thing that that we have a great organization that if we can attract this type of player blossoms here, he's not gonna be the last.
This guy, right? This picture to me is like, it's like one of those, like when you like, you got your guy, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
it was a hard fought negotiation against, to me, one of the biggest clubs in South America, Peñarol, a club with a lot of history, a lot of tradition, one of the academies of South America that have really good infrastructure. Their club is run very well, and a club like that at that level of history and pedigree
Hmm.
to sell their name, are pretty much,
Absolutely.
their guy,
Can't forget that.
the future of Uruguayan football. Whether a lot of people I know in South America now, because he's playing the MLS, are saying that Agustin Canovio is better, and I'm gonna tell you, no, he's not, bro. Facundo Torres is much better. He can offer you wing, he can offer you attack up front. Canovio is just a regular to me. I just see it as a really good number nine.
Luis,
Uh,
obviously, I wasn't around when you started the show. Did you talk about the welcome that we gave him at the airport on Thursday?
yeah, I haven't touched on that. We're in the Facundo subject, so I mean I can play the video if you would like.
Please do, because I want to share with
Sure, sure.
you. I want to share with you the comments that his father, his agent had, and also the reaction from Peñarol fans to this video that you're about to show. So I'll shut up, let you play it, and then we'll talk
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. Well, you can keep talking while I look for it because I have to
No,
look to it.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
basically, the last time I checked, I actually sent the original video to his dad. He had about 100,000 views on his. Last time I checked, the one that I posted for Tiro de Esquina had about 80,000 views. It was retweeted over 50 something times. Um, it was liked by over 2,000 people. MLS en Español picked up the video. It was also shown on morning TV in Uruguay. So at first I felt, wow, it's only 20 something people here saying hello to this guy. When we should have had 3,000 people here, right? That was my belief. But the fact that we were genuine, that we really wanted to be there, won over a lot of people. While they were criticizing us when we were trying to get him. Now we got nothing but praise. And a big shout out to all the ILF and Ruckus members and non affiliated
yeah,
members that showed up. Yes, absolutely. When I was at the meeting with Jared, he mentioned that he was super impressed. He said, "I've been in sports 20 something years, and I never seen such a true display of being a fan. Love for the club." One of the things that surprised me the most was when Facundo came. We gave them scarves, and as a
yeah.
gift, that was a
Okay.
piece of art that was given to him. And he thanked every single person that came to see him. The guy had been up in the air 14 hours, and he had
There you go.
when he said hello to me, he meant it. It's just like it wasn't fake or anything. That's the right there. That's his agent. Um, and I gave him a scarf, and his dad told me today, hey, he's gonna hang all this stuff that he received. He's gonna hang it once he gets a house. The other thing was I spoke with Jorge, his dad, over the phone while we were there. Him and his wife were very emotional. They said, "Hey, listen, it's our only son. He's going to a different country. We were afraid that he was gonna feel away from home and homesick and everything. Right now, the guy just wants to score goals and play great for you guys. He really appreciated this display of affection." And not only that, his agent was completely surprised. And they just, even in his interview, he couldn't stop talking about that. He's like, they went to the airport to welcome him. And again, just the little things. It's just the little things that sometimes we
Make a
tend to forget.
difference for
Yeah,
sure.
no, absolutely, my friend.
You
Yeah,
know, I think that's a great gesture, and I mean you got to understand. There's still COVID protocols at airports and at hospitals. There's not you cannot conglomerate a lot of people, and the good thing is that OPD also was they were there just watching, but it was good allowed it too, and so I
Hmm.
think it was a great moment. And I don't think he'll forget. Obviously, if we weren't living in COVID, there will be more
The
people,
correct, correct.
right?
Unbeknownst to us,
So
they regulate the amount of people that go to the airport. So those police presence there, like over, like watching over us, and just for the sense of that, hey, just want to let you know that you're kind of like a large group, but they let us. So thank you very much to OPD. So kudos to them. Big hug.
yeah, this is Washington Lopez. Saludos, familia. Thank you for the great show. No, thank you so much for
Thank you.
watching, and thank you for always having our backs. This is David Great. David Valentin has been fantastic during this whole Taurus process. Big hats off to him. Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
thank you, David.
Yeah, yeah. He's been one of the people that broke the news too. So, and people wanted to see, and I had a picture of him holding a jersey. Actually, yeah, I do actually, because that's what people were saying, right? People were saying, "I won't believe until he's holding a jersey and he's in Exploria's pitch, and he's holding a jersey." Well, there you go, guys. There you go.
That's
He's
it. There it is.
he's there, holding the jersey, number 17, right? Um, Victor Sanchez says, question for you guys. How many goals do you think Facundo will score this year in Orlando? Oh man, you're gonna put me against the wall. Okay, first time in the MLS. I mean,
I'm
he
gonna be
has,
conservative.
yeah,
I'm gonna say probably 10.
yeah,
Uh,
okay. That's
Probably 10 goals. And then I'm being conservative. Different league, different style, different everything. Obviously, different players. One thing that we can't forget is in Peñarol, he was playing with guys that he knew for years. Okay, it's hard to replicate that. But if you watch the video, Luis, of him sort of like playing with the ball with
oh yeah,
Araujo,
with
that guy
Araujo.
has such a silky touch.
Right, right,
I
right.
mean,
I mean, on the wing, and here I have a picture of the trading. Thank you to communications again, but he is on the 1v1. I'm telling you, and this goes to the MLS. You be forewarned by Luis Carlos Pineda. In the 1v1, it's going to be very tough on
hmm,
the 1v1. We lacked 1v1 players like that. I don't think we've ever had one since Kaká, right?
oh yes.
And maybe Nani in some time, not to say anything wrong about Nani, he's our captain still, in my opinion. But he's in his prime. He's in his prime, Facundo Torres. So, like I said, on the 1v1, and the way he positions the ball when he crosses too, it's kind of like you know Van der Water in a way, but a little bit more skilled because he's playing. In my opinion, he playing a higher level.
Hmm.
Uruguayan soccer, it's pretty big in South America. They always get very far in the
All
Copa
competition.
Libertadores and club competition. They always get far. So honestly, to me, Facundo Torres, he's definitely gonna make a splash. Conservatively, like he said, conservatively speaking, to me, I'll say 8 to 10. I won't say 10, but I'll say 8 to 10. Um, but I think he's gonna go off. I mean, he has the potential to go right now and score like 13, 14 goals, in my opinion. But I'm gonna keep it, conservatively. But I
Hmm.
think he definitely has the potential to definitely blow up and go off. And another
For
guy
sure.
that and another guy that came back, and another guy that came back today, and I was going to talk about him too, is this guy right here, right? Pedro Alessia, right?
Oh yes.
Let's talk about his what's happening to him now. So what's happening to him now is he's coming from pretty much give Peru half a ticket to Qatar. That's all I'm gonna say. It's him and Edison Flores who gave Peru half of an airline ticket to Qatar, to Peru, to Peruvian national team. Peru plays probably two of their worst games in the qualifiers, and if it wasn't for Callens, MLS, there you go, MLS, Alexandre Callens, champion with NYCFC. And I know I'm probably touching muddy waters saying that name in here, but he's a champ. You have then Yoshi Yotun in the mid. playing the MLS. You have Pedro Alessia, keeper in the MLS. You have Edison Flores, DC United winger. So these players made a huge impact in those two games. Huge impact. And Peru now he's coming with a smile on his face, with 33 million Peruvians behind him, screaming his name. You have journalists, and I'm going to say this conservatively too, that you have journalists in Peru saying he deserves to be in a better league. And I'm gonna
I saw that.
and you're not gonna hear it from anybody else. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't like to lie to people. I don't like to, there's people saying that. There's people saying, why can't he play in the Premier League? Why can't he play in Portugal? You know, so all I'm saying is he's coming with that momentum, and I guarantee it is going to translate on the regular season games. It's going to translate in his preseason, and I no doubt he's going to start against Colorado. In my opinion, he comes in phenomenal shape, and he's very happy to be back. He put pictures with his wife and Lake Eola, just having a good time, and he's happy to be here. And let's hope that we'll see him for at least 2 or 3 more seasons with Orlando City.
Absolutely.
I
And
think he's a cornerstone, right, Dave?
no, absolutely, Luis. We have spoken about this before, and I know maybe some people take your praise of Pedro as well. Luis is Peruvian, so of course he's gonna say that. I'm
No,
telling you right now, this Friday, please show up. Okay, if you're a season ticket holder, you got free tickets. You got no excuse. You get 4 tickets. It doesn't matter if you have one season seat or 16 seat. Everybody's getting 4 free tickets to go watch this. $10 if you don't, and the money's going to charity, so it's going to a good cause. I'm telling you right now, Orlando City is going to put on a show on Friday. Most likely, we're going to see what is actually going to be our starting 11 on that day. And again, this wasn't meant to be this way. You guys went on Twitter, went on social media, and told Jared that you wanted this. And I'm here to tell you also, there's a slight possibility. Don't quote me on this. That game that you wanted with the Rowdies may happen too. So
Ooh,
you have to show up. You have to prove to the guy that I
definitely
just saw
going it down.
tonight that you want these things. He said in the meeting that if you guys want things, ask for them. I'll give them to you. But if you don't use them, then don't waste my time, basically. And I'm paraphrasing here. So that's one of the things, guys. We have to show up this Friday and reward ourselves, letting him know that when what we say we mean it, and because what he told us, he said, hey, you asked for this, we may make it happen. If I show up on Friday and I only see 10 people in the stands, then why bother? You know what I'm saying? So come on, guys, let's show up. And going back to Pedro, Pedro had a fantastic qualifier this past FIFA dates. Unfortunately, I was only able to see the highlights. Um, Miguel Gallardo, uh, goalkeeper of this club, legendary goalkeeper of
Oh
this club,
yeah.
always has said that Pedro Alessia is a luxury that we cannot deny ourselves. And one thing he has always said to us is that some saves count as goals. This man is gonna keep us in games, and we have seen it before. And I think, to be honest with you, Luis, Pedro may be showing up this season, trying to go for that big contract, that big step in his career, and he probably is gonna show Orlando City, hey, guess what, buddy? Show up with the cash because I'm
Right.
worth it.
He's I mean, and again, a lot of people are gonna feel a little bit upset about what I'm gonna say, but I mean, yes, I'm Peruvian, but I'm not biased. Like, when I cover, like, and people can definitely vouch this. When I cover the club, I cover the club as a whole. I talk about Tesho, I talk about Taylor Williams, I talk about Wilfredo Rivera. I cover the club as a whole. I don't focus on Pedro. Otherwise, I would have interviewed Pedro already a long time ago, and I haven't. So, and I know, and I've talked to Pedro, but it's not, I'm saying it because it's what I see, what I'm analyzing, and I'm saying it as a Peruvian. Peru played horrible this last two qualifier games as a whole, in my opinion. Midfield onwards, no attack, pretty much. Against a few options, and then there's people that honestly saved the game, and one of them was Pedro Alessia, and another one was Edison Flores, a player that also hasn't had a lot of minutes in DC United, but now he's coming with great momentum. So what I'm trying to say is, to me, he's the best player, the best goalkeeper in the MLS, no doubt. And sorry about Matt Turner, and sorry about you know. Sean Johnson, UCF product. So sorry about Adrian Blake. It's nothing that I have against them. I think they're great goalkeepers, but they don't play the level he plays. They don't have to face the opponents he faces in the 1v1. There's no way you can compare. I'm sorry, Canada to Brazil. Even now, Canada playing a high level. You can compare playing Ecuador against Honduras. Honestly, you can't. It's a higher level. So you play in a high level in your national team, at a high level in your club. You should be the best. Now that he misses 12 games, and because that was what I was told on Facebook, on Twitter too. Misses 12 games. The stats. So is a collective. So you're telling that it's not MLS stats only. It's just this and this and this and that. No, 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 no. I'm saying the level of competition of CONMEBOL is superior. And I'm not trying to be mean. Is the truth. Is the truth. Is the toughest qualifiers in the world. Tougher than Europe. Because of those teams facing each other. So he plays in that level. So I agree wholeheartedly with Dave says. He's going to play. He's going to probably be great. And then obviously, they're going to have to see what's going to happen with this contract. I'm hoping and I'm hopeful that he will definitely stay. Right now, from my understanding, he has no offers. From my understanding, there's really nothing. Everything is cold. So Orlando, I think he's happy to be here, and I think we take that. Personally, I would like to see him back. I think he's a phenomenal player and a
Mhm.
great leader too. And he's now captain of the national team too, of Peruvian national team. So good for him, and I'm so happy to talk about him.
And since we're talking about that, Luis, all signs are pointing out to the fact that our captain in 2022 is going to be Mauricio Pereira. Just letting
Oh
people
yeah,
know that.
oh yeah, yeah, the captain for sure.
Yeah.
But he will be co-captain. So whenever if he's sidelined, I'm assuming, right? I mean, he's the only one, in my opinion. I mean, because of the level. Yeah, I'm just saying because of the
Hmm.
level, right? And that's great, and to me that's great. Josef Figueroa. I'm not saying this because I'm Peruvian, but I think Gales is a very good goalkeeper. So I hope Orlando can keep him because he's a super good goalkeeper. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's completely true. Washington Lopez says, absolutely agree. We will get there. Yeah. Joshua Tall, wow, and I'm hoping he stays too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I am hoping he stays. I am very certain that if they're gonna get to a good they're gonna talk to each other, and he loves this city. I mean, you can tell in the pictures of his wife and his kids, and they're smiling, and they're just happy to
Hmm.
be in Orlando,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and so you can buy that, right? You can buy that, and now to talk about another, in a way, and I have news, about another Peruvian that play in Orlando City, Yoshimar Yotun, right? A lot of people were saying earlier in the earlier in the show before Dave joined, hey, what happened to Yotun? What's going on? So, well, he right now has no club again. He's no club. Um, I highly doubt he's going to come to the MLS. That's just my opinion. Again, Luis Carlos Pineda. Um, I have heard from a one of my colleagues works for a newspaper in Peru, called La República. No, and I just said it, and I said it. He has a his agent is going to clubs within South America to offer his services. And one of the teams he went to was to the Chilean league. The Chilean league, yes. And he's being eyed by one of the biggest teams there called La U de Chile.
Mm-hmm.
U de Chile. So he's being linked there. They're saying that they're talking. All I'm saying is, I personally don't see U de Chile playing more than an MLS club. But then again, I could be wrong. Unless they won, because I know that the champion of Chile last year was Colo Colo, I think. So I
Yeah.
really don't think U de Chile. But I mean, again, it could be an investment. It could be somebody coming in from outside saying, "Hey, I'm gonna put 200K on this," and then you put the difference. It could be that, but his name is sounding pretty big in Chile right now, which is only like is an hour or two flight from Lima to Santiago. So his families probably could even stay in Peru or even move to Chile. It's a very similar environment. That's what I've been told by my colleague in Diario La República. And again, he can negotiate with any MLS club he wants. The thing is that allocation money is going to be tough to use, in my opinion.
At this point of the window, yeah.
Right. You can't. So it will have to be cash money from either the owners or some sort of, it has to be cash money. You cannot use your allocation. It's too late in the game for that. And
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why some MLS teams are probably not looking at him the way they would have if he would have been available with GAM, right?
Yes.
So but if there's a club that wants him, look, LA Galaxy, I mean, they just signed Douglas Costa, pretty much. I don't know. Or would I love him to be in purple? Hell yes. I mean, I know we have a lot of depth on the mid, but he could play left wing too.
Yep.
And you know, I think right back, left back too. He could play left back, right, left wing. He could play the
Hmm.
10. He could
Well, the
play the
window doesn't
six.
close until May 5th.
Yeah.
So,
So, but again, GAM will be not so much to. We cannot use it. Has to be cash money. But he has that offer, or that those talks with that Chilean team are brewing up right now. So just want to give you guys a heads up on Yoshimari Otun and his status. And you want to read some comments? Let's read some comments
yeah, yeah.
from the people. Thank you so much again. We're 20 strong, 20 strong in Loud and Proud Orlando. Again, it says Victor Sanchez. Hell yeah, open game against the Rowdies. Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah,
definitely.
but that only happens again if we are showing. And by the way, that's something that Jared said. Which by the way, before I move on, I just want to thank him and his staff and the Orlando City organization. It was very easy to say, "Shut up, give me your money. I'm the club, and if you don't like it, take a hike." They listened to us. They opened the stadium. Let me tell you something. This our stadium is just looking beautiful.
Oh
To
yeah.
see it from all the way out there, they gave us food. They gave us drinks. They listened to us and to all the fans that were there. Uh, what I walked away from that meeting with is the fact that how many of our good people in Orlando love Orlando City. If they went into financial distress, the last thing they want to do is like give away their season tickets. Um, so like I said, Jared listened to our needs, and hopefully good things are gonna happen in the future. But about the Rowdies, this is something that a lot of fans have brought up to him. They are evaluating that is going to happen. Obviously, there's a lot of things that need to fall into place, but in years to come, things are going to get better. He understands how critical it is for us to go see the team. He received a good report from what happened on Friday. So, I'm sorry, on Saturday. So, guys, let's give the man the benefit of time to right the wrongs that have been there for years.
Definitely. And just to put a quote of humor here, I wanna say hello to Felix Quijano. It says, "So sad Omar Bamba is not with us." You're probably asking, "Who's Omar Bamba?" Right, guys? You probably are wondering, "Who's Omar Bamba?" Right? So Omar Bamba is this gentleman. If you are in the Orlando City discussion group on Facebook, I'm always there. There's people. There's a Irish guy. I forgot his name. He always say, "No, this is a Loud and Proud Orlando group chat." I guess I'm just doing my part as a journalist to inform people. It's my duty, just like any other, and I think Orlando fans want to be informed. So but you know, it's true. Change.org. Orlando City needs to sign Omar Bamba. Omar Bamba is this guy who entered the enter the group, and he's just from Africa. He's trying to you know have people are petitioning to have him sign. He's they're actually saying he's a natural scorer, and they're trying to make Orlando sign him for real. And because he's been trying to talk to some of the members of the group, trying to ask for some, Brian Guerrero, that's a scammer. That's
Bro, does
right.
this guy have a Twitter account? I
No,
really want
no,
to get into
no,
this.
no, he doesn't. But it's just a quote of humor here. We're here to, you know, uh, just to, it's a quote of humor. But
That's
but
a scammer.
these are our fans, and these are our fans, and it's hilarious because he is. People have posted like, yeah, they've messaged him saying, "Hey man, I'm here to help you." And he's like, "Okay, you have to go to get an Apple gift card or get a Western Union and blah blah blah." Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he's a footballer, right? He's a footballer. He moves, he says Orlando Brothers, and it's just the trolling thing, and I think that's
Oh,
great that fans gather and talk like that. I think it's hilarious. I always laugh. To all the people that put the memes in the group, I want to thank them because they make my day. To be honest with you, so thank you to them. But yeah, Omar Bamba, right? Next signing, right? So
that's a good name though.
um, yeah, Omar Bamba. That's his. I don't know if that's his real name, but let's just to close out the show in just a few minutes. Let's do the potential lineup we would like to see for Colorado. And Felix Quijano, I saw he got transferred. That's a good one. Because James Moore says Omar Bamba is a top lad. Yeah, that's right,
There you
man.
go.
Omar Bamba. He posts pictures of him waking up and stuff with his cleats and going to play soccer. Yeah, it's just it's hilarious. Joseph Figueroa real quick says here, do you think signing Yotun to Orlando is worth it? Because in the last two performances with the Peruvian national team, he played pretty poorly. So I hope it's just of the lack of playing time.
Yeah, it's like a playing
Um,
time for sure.
Personally, he's one of the most players in Garecas, so the coach of Peru, that plays the most minutes, and he's always played 90 minutes straight. But I do believe that him playing in a club or in any club will give him more minutes, and he'll be better by the time if Peru reaches the World Cup for sure. Joshua Tall, you're funny. Roland Martinez, Omar Bamba, play for my tuition. Great dude. That's
Uh,
right.
I got fifty
No,
thousand dollars worth of
but
student loans.
let me tell you, the people there in the group, they're phenomenal. And then they've tried to say, hey, no man, why don't you send me some money? You know what I mean? And it's just funny because he doesn't answer. So you can definitely tell. Yeah, it's just you guys should definitely join the group. It's Orlando City discussion group is called, and obviously follow us right about Orlando. We're
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
gonna, for sure. So let's start with what we want to see for Colorado, just to close the show. Obviously,
Galese.
Alessia for sure he's gonna play, in my opinion, even if it's one half, but he's definitely gonna play.
The fans are
Um,
gonna riot if he's not there.
yeah, I think we're gonna see like Dave
Who
said,
won?
our starting, yeah, Ruan for sure. Let's do Ruan here. Um, AC can be there. I would like to see Williams.
Oh, really?
First,
Okay.
personally, I will go for Williams. I think let's see in one more game with the starting 11. I think it would be good to see personally, in case
Okay.
something happens with AC, and then and then Jensen, right?
Yeah.
Jensen, right? And so here,
Moutinho.
Moutinho, right? Although I will put Kai Smith, but I mean that's fine. Moutinho, six,
Araujo.
Araujo. That's right. Right here, I think this is gonna be like this. I see Araujo in here because I see Mendes here. I don't know what you
Okay.
see.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Um,
no, that's good.
uh, I
By the
see
way,
Mendes.
Mendes, great tournament with
Ooh,
Ecuador.
very well deserved. They're gonna qualify to the World Cup. Ecuador, you're in my heart. I mean, I know that we play clásicos and rivalry. There's a huge rivalry, but Ecuador deserves to be in the World Cup. They deserve to be. They're a phenomenal team, and their coach is also great. So my hats off. Number 10, Pereira. Pereira for sure. Here, Facundo Torres. I mean,
Without a doubt.
he's gonna start, in my opinion.
Without a doubt.
Now, um, right wing. What do you say, Benji
You know
or
what?
Underwater?
I will say Vanderwater. People were telling me Vanderwater looked dangerous, so let's go with
Yeah,
that one.
let's do Underwater. Yeah, because
This
I
is
was
based on
thinking.
what people were saying about Saturday. Vanderwater, I don't know what it is. He's getting that year two bump, or it's because he's expecting a baby. I don't know what it is, man. But that guy, he played his heart out.
And then right up top right here, I mean we have the preseason phenom right now is Jacqueline.
Yes.
He, personally, right? Um, and I know that I exaggerate with the word phenom, but you
No, he
know
did well. He did well
he's doing
by all
well.
accounts.
Yeah, Notre Dame Academy, great Notre Dame. But I don't know. I see Pato here, but I don't know.
Okay.
I personally see Pato. I mean, I still would like to see what he can do. I mean, I don't think a lot of people have had the chance to see him play like a full 90, and
Mm-hmm.
he's a
Mm-hmm.
center forward. So I see. Let's try Pato the first half, see how
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
feels, and then put Jacqueline. Now we've seen what Tesha can do. So I mean, and I know Pareja is gonna put him in no matter what. I mean, and this is not to discredit. No, I think I think he's a great player, and he's definitely a very team player and a cornerstone of the team because of what he brings in the locker room. He has a very leadership presence there, especially with the people from up front. He's friends with Vanderwater and with everybody. He embraces everybody, and that's what I like about Tesha. But we know that Pareja always puts Tesha. So I mean, and every coach has that. It's
Yeah,
normal for
their
coaches
go-to
to.
guy.
Yeah, it's normal for coaches to do that, because these are players that tactically, like we've seen Tesho play in the mid, like we've seen right. So tactically, they serve a purpose to tactically execute what the coach is telling them verbatim.
Yeah.
And for example, to give you an example, who's a player like that? Andy Polo from Portland Timbers. He's like that. Savarese only puts him in for tactical purposes, and puts him in the mid behind the nine, puts him on the wing, and tactically purposes, and coming always in the second half. So um, I would like to see Pato there because I would like to see, okay, here you go, bro. One more year. We have the people behind, good PR. If you score, there you go.
Yeah,
If,
just like in baseball, they have
shine,
pitchers
shine,
that are
bro.
the closers. So
Right, exactly. So I see this as a potential lineup personally, and with Dave, we see it as this could be the potential end for Orlando City against Colorado. Tough team. No one gave 2 cents for them to reach in the playoffs last year,
hmm
and they did a hell of a job. And I think measuring our squad against a team that just reached playoffs and got there further than Orlando. I
yeah.
think that's great for preseason. So, you got any final final things to say, my friend?
No, absolutely. First of all, let's let's make it to Pints with Pareja. You are not too late. It's RSVP. There are free tickets. You just gotta just fill out the little form, and they give it to you. This was an initiative that was asked by you guys, that you guys wanted to have transparency and communication with our staff, the club. The opportunity is there. I intend to be there to talk to El Profe Pareja. Also, Friday, please, 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 let's make it to this game. We have to prove to the people in the positions of leadership that we really want to support these things. Again, the club is not making any money on this preseason game. All the money is being donated to charity, and even if they were keeping money, again, they're just giving these free tickets to the supporter groups. This is a gift to us. Make it $10. If you are not a season ticket holder, $10. $10 is a value meal at any fast
No,
food joint.
it's a 12 pack, or
Yeah, exactly. Just please,
of
just go,
Natty, of
just
Natty,
go.
of PBR.
Absolutely, just go and let's support the club. And I don't get tired of saying this. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Orlando City. It was a great night. I wish I could tell you all what transpired, but I was asked not to, just to keep it in house. But thank you, Jared. If you get to watch this, thank you very much. And to all the people that showed up at the airport Thursday, again, I have said it 1,000 times, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We made that player feel special, and he's gonna reward us on Friday.
For sure. And just to close, we have couple more comments, just two comments left. Alvaro Pesan, he says, I want to say hello to Ladra del Fútbol too, as, one of my colleagues there. What do you think about this new season of Orlando? This transfer market is good, or are there areas where players are missing? Okay, I'll start and then Dave. Um, I think this is going to be a great season. I think Orlando's going to make the playoffs. I believe for sure, and we may actually, if everything clicks, go to the next round. This transfer market is satisfactory, or okay? I think the club has spent a lot of good money on good quality players, and I still believe we need a left back. That to me is what I believe. What do you think, Dave?
I agree with you. I think the fact that so far our team has spent over $20 million in players says it all. This is the biggest amount of cash that we have splurged in the past. I know that a lot of people, and this came up tonight, measure the Wolves by what they have been doing in Minnesota with the Minnesota Vikings. I believe while there's the same ownership, there are two different fruits, if you will, apples and oranges. We can't base what one team has done versus the other because it's two different sports, two different player pools, et cetera, et cetera. I think where ownership wants to win has given us the tools, and the one thing that is missing is you. One thing that is critical is we have to show. We have already been given a winning, what on paper is a winning team, great players, great talent. We have a fantastic manager, but us as fans, we have to reciprocate that money, that investment with showing up. And I can't tell you guys, if we show up on the 27th to an empty stadium, which by the way, Uruguay is gonna be watching us. Other countries are gonna be watching us because obviously we have made a big splash in the market. If we are signing this type of players and we're not even bothering to show up to the games, then we are just not gonna look good. And I want that stadium packed. Good things are coming this year. We're gonna be playing in three tournaments, and I encourage all of you to not just show up by yourself. Bring a friend, somebody that has never watched football, soccer before. Bring them along. That's how many people in that stadium that are diehards. They started as just a friend tagging along to watch this thing. So I encourage everybody to do that.
Bueno, I think I'm in Ladra del Fútbol. I'm so sorry, speak in Spanish. Thank you so much to everybody that has been watching. Victor Sanchez says, "Let's go Cities our MLS year. Vamos Orlando carajo." That's right. Thank you so much. We're still 15 people strong. Thank you so much for staying around. Washington Lopez, my birthday is Friday. My family will be there. Happy
All
birthday,
right.
my friend. Happy birthday. I will be there in the press box. I will definitely, if I see you for sure, I'll say hello.
I'll be
Thank you so
around.
much. Yeah, and Dave will be around with the people for sure. We'll have footage too of people's reactions and what they think about the game. I think it would be also very good to have on the next episode. Loud and Proud Orlando. We're on YouTube. Make sure to click the notifications bell so you get all notifications and you get all reminders that the show's live. We're also on Facebook. We're also check out also the discussion group, as I mentioned. Orlando City discussion group is a bunch of great people, and a lot of heated debates too. A lot of pressure washing ads too. If you want to pressure wash your house, you have a lot of good flyers there. But nonetheless, a lot of good information from a lot of good colleagues that just love this city. And then you have Twitter, LPO underscore podcast. Thank you again to Orlando City Communications for the footage, for also Dave for the footage that he did in the airport, for Mark Thorpe with all the pictures. So thank you so much. And vamos Orlando, and we'll see you guys next Monday. So
Vamos Orlando.
thank you so much. Vamos Orlando. Nos vemos.